All right, so one thing we do get asked about from time to time is how do you make sure your headset is tight enough? And it actually is a difficult question to answer. It's really done by feel. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what you're actually doing when you're tightening your headset and how that's changed over time. So to start, have a creaking headset. This is a very traditional headset. It's got the bearing in the cup, and then it has a top cap. This top cap has a little tapered ring. The steerer tube slides through it, and the tapered ring and the bearing interface. And you can see there's a notch in here. And when you're tightening the top cap, which is this guy here, you're pushing this down. And that ring, tapered ring on the inside, adds compression. It pushes everything together and keeps it snug. So what you're looking to do is tighten things just until there's no play in the bearings. So this is a traditional setup. Where it's changed is with a lot of internal routing setups, the cables now go through the headset bearing. Now, you can see this is a larger bearing and it has a larger compression ring. The compression ring is separate. This is a composite. It's basically plastic versus metal. So because it's plastic, this can compress a little bit more than the traditional metal one can. The benefit to this is that it's a little bit safer for your carbon steerer tube. But it means that you might need a little bit more compression, or you'll find that things settle. You need to add more compression to keep your headset snug after a couple of rides. Once it's set, it's good to go. You don't have to worry about it again, but there's a little more nuance to setting it up. You don't want to go too much because then your steering doesn't work so well, it binds up. You don't want to go too loose because that's going to allow the front end to wobble. So you've got your bike, everything's kind of, loose, wobbly. So what do? First things first, I like to throw a leg over the bike and get everything straight. Okay, now your handlebars are straight. You want to make sure that this is snug. So what you're going to do, grab your hex key. You're going to turn. It's a little bit snug. So what you want to do, check. Okay, feels tight. To make sure you're not confusing the brake pads or the tire or any other part of the system moving. What I do here is I turn the handlebars like this. I grab the brake so it's solid, and I rock the bike back and forth gently. And what you're looking for is any play in between your top cover and the head tube. So this feels pretty good, got a tiny bit of play. So I'm gonna add a little bit more compression, like a 1/16 of a turn, very little. And you can see that I'm not turning it super hard. You don't wanna torque this down too much, just enough to keep things from wobbling. That's tight. We'll just give it one little touch up, not much. So then you want to tighten your stem. You want a torque wrench, carbon steerers. You don't want to over tighten them. Generally 5 to 5.5 Newton meters. I'll have the torque wrench set to 5. Start by snugging things down just with my standard hex keys. I'm just going to tighten this down, not that much, just kind of finger tight, one bolt at a time. You don't want to go super tight on one bolt. First, I've got it pretty snug. I am going to use a torque wrench. Great. That's 5 Newton meters. You don't need to click twice. A lot of people do that. It's not needed. So now that's tight. And what you're going to do, check again. Still no play. Make sure it's tight. That's it. You're good to go. Your stem's tight. You've got enough compression. Now, like we talked about, because this is using a composite compression ring, you may find that after 2 or 3 rides, there's a little bit of wobble. If you need to fix that, you're basically going to do the reverse. You're going to use your hex keys, loosen the stem bolts, loosen the top cover a little bit, wobble everything, wiggle it, and then add some compression to the top cover. And then you're going to torque everything back down. After that, you should be good to go. It's a really simple process, but it's done by feel. I know for a lot of people, that first time is really confusing. You're always better off being gentle, but make sure that you have a good torque wrench. Good torque wrench is going to be your friend so you don't damage anything, and you make sure that it's tight enough to be safe.